What I'm about to tell you might sound very strange, but listen, there's a hidden button in your brain. The moment you press this button, your life completely changes. I discovered this button 6 months ago, and now I'm a completely different person. I'm going to show you how in this video. Hello, welcome to Mental Force Lab. Today, I'm not just going to tell you theory, I'm going to give you a real experience. And this experience can fundamentally change your life. I know, right now you're thinking, what is this guy talking about? I was thinking the same thing 6 months ago, until I experienced what happened that night. Until 6 months ago, I was a completely different person. When I woke up in the mornings, my head would be foggy. I couldn't focus at work. I was constantly thinking about other things. My projects would remain unfinished. I could never reach my goals. It felt like I couldn't use the power of my brain. Back then, I asked myself, why are some people so clear, so focused, so productive, while I'm always scattered? Was this just a matter of character, or was there something I was missing? That's when I completely by chance read research about how our brains work. An article by a neurology professor from Harvard University. This article literally changed my life. Because I learned that there really is a hidden area in our brain. When this area is active, it's like all the power of your brain opens up. Your ability to focus increases, your motivation rises, your creativity explodes, but most people aren't even aware of this area. That night, after reading the article, I decided to try the technique I learned. It only took 10 minutes, and what happened was incredible. Suddenly, the fog in my head disappeared. It was like a veil of mist had been lifted from inside my mind. Problems I couldn't solve until that moment suddenly seemed clear. Solutions for my unfinished projects started coming to mind. I felt much stronger, much more focused, and that night I understood this was pressing the hidden button in my brain. While watching this video, I want you to have the same experience. But first, let me tell you what this hidden button is, where it's located, and how to activate it. There's a region in our brain called the prefrontal cortex. This region is like the CEO of our brain. Planning, focusing, decision-making, creativity, it all comes from here. But here's the problem. In most of us, this region isn't working at full capacity. Why? Because the stress of modern life, constant distractions, multitasking, all of these tire and weaken our prefrontal cortex. It's like this powerful region of ours becomes numb. But here's the great news. You can reactivate this region. And what you need to do for this is very simple. Researchers from MIT discovered that we can strengthen the prefrontal cortex with specific mental exercises. Just like working muscles in the gym, we can also strengthen this region of our brain. The technique I tried that night was exactly this. And now I'm going to show you step by step. I call this technique mental focus activation. Very simple, but very powerful. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes to do, but its effect lasts for hours, even days. First step, sit in a comfortable place. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now imagine the top part of your head, your forehead area. Think there's a small light in this area. Second step, imagine this light slowly brightening. Like a sleeping power is awakening there, this light gets a little brighter with each breath you take. Third step, now mentally focus on that area, like you're awakening it. Say, wake up, be active, show your power. Fourth step, keep this feeling for 2 to 3 minutes. Feel that area becoming active, getting stronger. When I first did this exercise, I really felt that there was a change there. It's like this region in my brain had come alive. But the real miracle started after the exercise. My head was very clear. My ability to focus had increased incredibly. The work I did that day was productive enough to normally take weeks. And this didn't last just one day. As I did this exercise every day, its effect became even stronger. After a week, my friends started noticing the change. They were saying, "You look very focused. It's like you're thinking more clearly." After 2 weeks, my work performance had increased incredibly. My projects started finishing on time. Creative ideas were coming to mind more often. I was solving problems faster. After a month, I had become a completely different person. My goals became clearer. What needed to be done to achieve them seemed very clear. And most importantly, I felt much stronger. Now it's time for you to experience the same thing. But first, let me explain why this technique is so effective. Neuroscientists from Stanford University showed that when we focus on the prefrontal cortex, blood flow to this region increases. More oxygen and nutrients go there. This allows that region to work stronger. At the same time, this focus exercise creates new neural connections in our brain. Every time we do it, this region gets a little stronger. Researchers from Oxford University found similar results too. They showed that in people who regularly activate their prefrontal cortex, focus, planning, and creativity skills increase significantly. But the most beautiful part is this: after learning this technique, you can press this button in your brain whenever you want. Are you going to make an important presentation? Press this button. Are you working on a creative project? Press this button. Do you need to make a difficult decision? Press this button. Is your head confused and you want clarity? Press this button. I now do this technique every morning. This is the most effective way to start your day strong, but I also use it during the day when I need it. Now let me explain this technique to you in more detail, because it's very important that you do it correctly. First, the environment is very important. Find a quiet, calm place. Turn off your phone. Don't let there be any distractions. During this exercise, our brain needs to focus completely on that moment. Second, your sitting position is important. Don't lie on your back. Don't stand up either. Sit in a comfortable chair. Your back should be straight but not tense. Put your hands on your knees. Third, breathing is very critical. Take deep, slow breaths. With each breath, imagine sending that energy to that region in your brain. Now let's do this exercise together. If you're ready, let's close your eyes. Take a deep breath, release. Take another, release. Now think about the area in your forehead, your prefrontal cortex. There's a sleeping power in that area. We're going to awaken this power. Imagine a small light in that area. This light is very weak right now, but every time you breathe, this light gets a little brighter. Breathe in, the light gets brighter. Breathe out, the light stays steady there. Breathe in, the light gets even stronger. Can you feel that area becoming active now? Mentally say this to that area. Wake up, be active, show your power. Repeat this mentally. Imagine the light is now very bright. Feel that area of yours is completely active. This hidden button in your brain is now active. Keep this feeling a little longer. Feel it beautifully. Now slowly open your eyes. How do you feel? Different? Is there a change? When I first did it, I felt that my head was much clearer. You might be experiencing something similar. This is just the beginning. When you do this exercise regularly, the effects will be much stronger. Let me tell you some real stories. What people who learned this technique experienced. Mike, a 34-year-old engineer. For years, he couldn't finish his projects on time. He was constantly experiencing attention deficit. 2 weeks after learning this technique, he completed his biggest project ahead of schedule, and this project brought him a big promotion. Sarah, a 28-year-old teacher. She was struggling with lesson preparation, couldn't find creative ideas. After she started doing this exercise, her lessons became much more effective. Her students started showing more interest. Now she's one of the most loved teachers in her school. David, a 42-year-old entrepreneur. For years, he couldn't establish the company he planned to start because he could never decide which step to take. After learning to activate this button, the steps became clear one by one. He established his company 3 months later. Now he has a very successful business. Do you know what these stories have in common? These people learned to activate that hidden button in their brain, and this completely changed their lives. Now it's your turn. But just learning this button isn't enough. You need to use it regularly. Just as you strengthen your muscles by exercising, you strengthen this region in your brain by doing this exercise. Set aside 5-10 minutes every morning for this exercise. Let this be your first task after getting out of bed. Start your day this way. Also, do it during the day when you need it. Before doing important work, when you're faced with a difficult decision, when you need to find creative ideas, do it regularly for 1 week. You'll see the change yourself. After 2 weeks, your environment will notice. After 1 month, your life will start to change. Because this isn't just an exercise. This is the key to unlocking the hidden power in your brain. The capacity of the human brain is limitless, but most of us use only a very small part of this capacity. With this exercise, you can access a much larger part of that capacity. Think about it. What happens if your prefrontal cortex works at full capacity? Your ability to focus increases a lot. Your creativity explodes. Your planning skills develop. Your decision-making processes speed up. Your problem-solving ability gets stronger. This isn't just theory. This is real. And you can unlock this power too. But there are a few points you need to pay attention to. First, patience. The effects of this exercise may not be seen immediately. Some people notice from the first day, some after a few days. The important thing is to do it regularly. Second, expectation. This exercise is miraculous, but not magical. This unlocks the potential in your brain, but you need to do the work. This gives you power, but how you use that power is in your hands. Third, regularity. If you do this exercise sometimes, its effect remains limited. If you do it regularly, its power multiplies. And finally, it's very important to do it in the morning because the brain is freshest in the morning. This exercise done at that time is effective all day long. Now let me teach you more advanced versions of this exercise too. After learning the basic exercise, you can customize it for different purposes. For creativity, when imagining the light, think that light is colorful. And imagine that colorful light is revealing creative ideas in your brain. For focus, imagine concentrating the light at one point. That point is very small but very powerful. And think that point makes your attention sharp like a laser. For decision making, imagine the light illuminating all the information in your brain. Everything confusing becomes clear. The right path is clearly seen. For problem solving, think the light is focusing on your problem. And as that light illuminates the problem, solutions become clear one by one. I use all of these in different situations, and they're all very effective. So what happens after you do this exercise? How do you know it's working? Here are the signs. Your head becomes clearer. Your thoughts flow more orderly. Your attention span increases. You don't get distracted easily. Creative ideas come to mind more often. You make decisions faster and more clearly. You don't panic when faced with problems. You stay calm and look for solutions. Your goals become clearer. Your motivation increases. You feel stronger. I experienced all of these, and hundreds of people who learned this technique experience the same things. Now let me tell you how to use this power in your daily life. Do this exercise right after waking up in the morning. This ensures you start the day strong. Do a short version before starting work. This increases your work performance. Do it before important meetings. This gives you confidence and clarity. Do it before creative work. This makes your ideas flow. Do it before making difficult decisions. This shows you the right way. Do it when you have problems. This makes it easier to find solutions. Do it in stressful moments. This calms your mind. I now use this technique in every area of my life, and my life has completely changed. 6 months ago, I was a scattered, unfocused, goalless person. Now I'm clear, strong, successful. And the difference is just learning to press this button in my brain. You can learn too. You can unlock this power too. You can change your life too. But for this, you need to take action. Don't watch this video and then forget it. When you wake up tomorrow morning, let your first task be doing this exercise. And do it regularly for a week. Then come and write what you experienced in the comments. I'm sure you'll be very surprised. If this video added value to you, don't forget to like it and share it so others can discover this power too. Don't forget to subscribe to Mental Force Lab because I share such powerful techniques every week. And definitely write in the comments. I want to learn whether you tried this exercise, how you felt. Remember, this hidden button exists in everyone's brain. The difference is only between people who know how to activate it and people who don't. Now you're on the side of those who know. Until we meet in the next video. Until then, keep discovering this power in your brain.